Hey everyone! How's it going? You've reached Firearm Fury again. Hey, thanks for tuning in. So, if you've been watching my channel at all, you're probably very confused by the title of this video. And no, don't worry, it's not another Glock hater video. I love Glocks. But I do feel that the Glock 40 caliber is underutilized gun, and I feel like there's something that not a lot of people either know about or take advantage of, and I'm not sure why. That's why I wanted to do this video. Now I've got probably my favorite Glock right here. It's the Glock 35. Now you may be asking yourself, well, what's a Glock 35? I've heard of a Glock 34. And that's a fair question. From what I've noticed, a lot of people are very familiar with the 9mm models, such as the 34, 17, 19, 43. And don't get me wrong, those are excellent guns. Very, very excellent guns in my opinion. But I think you're doing yourself a disservice by getting yourself a Glock 9mm in general. Now there are a specific instances where I think that getting a 9mm Glock is fine, such as the Glock 19X and the Glock 43, which are not offered in a 40 caliber. Now it's not just because I think 40 caliber is a better round than 9mm. I'll let you decide that yourself. But hey, there's a great video that I've done comparing 40 Smith & Wesson to 9mm. Go check that out. Have that I'll link up above and down below in the description for you. So, hey, anyway, by the way, while we're on that, something weird happened to my YouTube channel like 2 weeks ago. All of a sudden my views went like cut in half or more. And I don't know why it happened, but I was getting a lot of views. You know, that 40 caliber versus 9mm video, that was a really popular video, and all of a sudden it just decreased. You know, YouTube, I guess, didn't like it anymore, so they stopped showing it to people searching for that type of stuff. So go check that one out. It's very popular. You know, I think it was a pretty good video. People liked it. Anyway, sidetracking. So it's not just because I like 40 better than 9. I think both of them have their own place to shine. But what Glock 40 calibers have that is so awesome is the ability to change out to a 9mm barrel just with the barrel. All you have to do is swap the barrel and everything works pretty dang good. I'm not sure that any other gun, I think the Smith & Wesson, I'm sure a few other guns are similar. I don't know how they perform, but Glock does this with their full size. Glock Model 22 is compatible with this. The Glock 35 is compatible with this. The compact Glocks, they have conversion barrels for those as well. I'm not sure about the subcompacts. I believe so. Now I'll show you that here in a second, how it's so awesome. And I know that SIG and other gun makers have it where you can swap the entire slide with a new barrel. You know, probably just as fast, if not quicker, than switching the barrel. But you've got to buy a whole new slide, which is like $300. Buying an aftermarket barrel for a Glock, it's like $150. So pretty awesome deal there. And the reason I love this so much is, for one, I love saving money. More money I save on guns, the more guns I can buy, right? Anyways, you don't have to buy a complete 9mm pistol. You've got 2 calibers in one. It takes like 30 seconds to change out a barrel. I'll put that to the test later, so stay tuned. Anyway, I love saving money, so being able to have 2 calibers in one gun, that's awesome. Not just for the money savings, but you get so used to that one gun, you put another barrel in it, and you've got the same gun there. You've got the same gun. You're shooting the exact same gun, just in a different caliber, instead of swapping between a 9mm and a 40, having to fill 2 different guns, having to get get used to them and get shooting time with two different guns. You know, if you want to shoot 9 versus 40, you don't have to do that. You got one gun, shoots both calibers, shooting 9 a lot at the range, you pop 40 in it, same gun, same feel, super familiar with it, same sights. So it's just a great training tool, and great to swap back and forth without changing the pistol itself, which is pretty awesome. Another reason why I like to get 40s and get a 9mm conversion barrel for them and Glocks is because, for one, a Glock is a great gun. I don't go to a Glock specifically because I can change out a barrel. I love Glocks. I love the way they feel. I'm a fan of them, but I get the most out of my gun, out of this pistol, out of my Glock, by being able to shoot 2 calibers out of it. I don't have to buy another gun. And like I was saying before, you know, 2 calibers, 1 gun. You don't have to have range time on both guns. You're super familiar with one gun that can shoot 9 when you want to shoot 9 and 40 when you want to shoot 40. Another awesome reason to get in 40 and then to have the ability to switch it to 9 is that Glock factory barrels, which by the way I think are fine. I think they function great. And for most people this might not matter, but for me and other reloaders it probably does. So I'm going to go over it, even though you may already know. Glocks, now correct me if I'm saying this wrong, have a polygonal barreling. Bottom line, from what I understand, is that it creates a little bit more pressure than rifle cut barrels, which is what the majority of barrels are, rifle cut barrels. So because it causes more pressure, you're not supposed to use cast bullets because the cast bullets can build up lead and it can be a little bit dirtier than full metal jacket bullets, which could create more pressure due to the junk in the barrel. I love saving money, love shooting as much as possible, and a good way to do that is casting your own bullets. So when you get a conversion barrel, it's going to be an aftermarket barrel, and most of these aftermarket barrels you can buy are rifle cut barrels. Perfect. You can shoot 9mm and you can cast 9mm all you want and shoot it out of your Glock. Pretty awesome. Plus you can get an aftermarket rifle cut barrel that has a threaded barrel. Yeah, awesome. I know. I'll have more on that later. But it works really awesome having a threaded barrel, putting a suppressor on it, and putting your Glock in a Recover Tactical brace. I've actually done a video on the Recover Tactical brace. It's a pretty popular video. I think people really enjoyed it. So I'll have a link to that down below again and up above. So check that one out. And again, I'll have more on that. It's actually a pretty awesome setup. Having your Glock in the pistol brace, you're able to put a suppressor on there. You've got your little red dot sight. It's a pretty dang fun gun, and I'm going to do a sweet video on that for you. So check that out. Finally got a good load, I think, for my cast 9mm subsonic load. And subsonic 9mm out of a suppressor, if you don't know, pretty dang quiet. Pretty awesome round. Anyway, those is just kind of just the background, some of the reasons why I always get Glock 40 calibers, and if I want to shoot 9, great. I just buy an extra $100, $150 barrel, stick it in, swap it out, no problem, works great. Don't really have to change the recoil spring or anything, as long as you keep your gun somewhat clean. So, I mentioned before how long it takes to swap out the barrel. Well, we're going to find out right now. Alright, here it is. And first things first, we want to check the chamber to make sure we're good, make sure we've got a safe gun here, and we don't want to do that when we're trying to be under time and trying to take this thing apart quick. So we'll make sure it's good now, and it's good. Alright, go ahead and start. Depress that trigger, pull the slide back, pull the takedown levers down, take out the recoil spring. Ooh, I forgot this is a threaded barrel. I'm gonna undo the threads real quick. We're in a real quick hurry. Threads out. 9mm barrels out. Put in the 40 caliber barrel there. Put back in the recoil spring and line it up, the slide up on the frame. There we go, back in service. Quick as that. Not sure how long that was. I'll have to put it up on the screen while I'm editing it, but let me know in the comments if you knew about switching 40 caliber to 9. Now, I've done this ever since I owned a Glock. That was one of the advantages I felt like going to Glock, that I could swap out and shoot 9 with just a simple barrel change. And then also in the comments, tell me why you like Glocks. I love them because they're simple, very reliable. They just work. They might not be the prettiest guns, but I love the feel of them, and I just think they're great guns. They've got all kinds of aftermarket parts. You can do pretty much whatever you want to them. This one's actually got the MOS cut out there, but just overall excellent guns in my opinion. Now, I'll tell you my experience with using 9mm barrels in a 40 caliber gun. So obviously the extractors are going to be a little different. You're going to have to get 9mm magazines too. I did forget to mention that. You can actually use 40 magazines and stick 9s in there, but it's just best to get 9mm magazines. And obviously Glock factory magazines are great. I actually really like the PMag magazines for Glock. They work excellent in my opinion. So the extractor is going to be what's different. And you'll notice that sometimes 9 won't extract. Well, 9 doesn't extract the same as a 40 caliber would out of the 40 caliber here. It's fine. It doesn't really cause any issues in my experience. And the recoil spring, from my understanding, it's the exact same in the 9mm and the 40 caliber. They're both 17-pound springs. So as long as you keep your gun semi-clean, I really haven't had much of a problem with that. Unless I'm shooting low power loads or shooting from a rest or something. Sometimes I have a slight issue, but just normal shooting, I haven't really encountered many issues with that. Anyways, it's probably a long enough video. I really do appreciate you watching. Keep hitting that subscribe button. Keep hitting that like button. Show YouTube that you want these videos out. I really do appreciate the support. And as always, I'll see you next time on Firearm Fury.